Let me tell you a hard truth. You're losing. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're stupid. It's not because you're unmotivated. You're losing because your energy is scattered. Your attention is fractured. Your time is stolen. Every single day. You start with good intentions, a plan, a goal, and by noon, you've given pieces of yourself away to everything except what actually matters. You check the news, scroll social media, respond to nonsense, entertain drama, chase approval, multitask. You think you're being productive, but all you're really doing is drifting. You move, but you don't progress. You're busy, but you're not building. You're doing everything and achieving nothing. Let that sink in. Because here's what they won't tell you. Most people die with their potential still locked inside them. Not because they didn't work, but because they never learned how to focus. Focus is the beginning of power. You want to be powerful? Then stop leaking energy. Stop being everywhere. Stop being everything to everyone. Start saying, this is my mission. This is my lane. This is my obsession. Focus means eliminating what doesn't matter, so you can pour your soul into what does. It means cutting deep into the distractions that call your name, but offer you nothing. Because true focus is not about addition, it's about subtraction. Power comes from concentration, from putting all of yourself into one place, one task, one mission at a time. That's when the ordinary becomes extraordinary. That's when days stack into victories. That's when your life begins to compound. Scattered people break. Focused people build. You must detach from the how. Most people destroy themselves with a blueprint. They build a fantasy in their head, an idea of how it's supposed to go. And when it doesn't, they quit. They break. They rage. They retreat. Why? Because they were never committed to the goal. They were committed to the path. And the moment the path changed, their identity shattered with it. But we are not those people. We are not married to the plan. We are loyal only to the outcome. We're not here to follow a script. We're here to win. If the plan fails, we rewrite it. If the door shuts, we kick another open. The world belongs to those who are ruthlessly adaptable, who never forget the mission, even when the map burns in their hands. Detach from the how. Cling only to the why. Emotion is a tool, not a master. Let's be real. Your emotions have betrayed you more than your enemies ever have. They've made you weak, made you hesitate, made you lash out, break down, disappear. They've ruined relationships, sabotaged opportunities, kept you stuck in loops. And why? Because no one ever taught you to master them. They told you to express everything. They told you to sit with your feelings. They told you that emotions are truth. No. Emotions are chemical. They're feedback, not fact. They're alarms, not commands. Anger, fear, doubt, frustration. They're signals, not orders. You feel fear? Good. It means you're stepping into new territory. You feel anger? Good. It means there's something inside you that refuses to be passive. But here's the key. Do not act while you're drowning in it. Pause. Observe. Control. Use the emotion. Don't become it. Winners feel everything, but act with intention. Losers feel something and act like victims. Be the storm, not the leaf. Your time is a weapon. Wield it ruthlessly. Time. The one resource that doesn't lie, that doesn't come back, that doesn't pause when you're tired. Every minute is a decision, and you've been making weak ones. You say yes to everything and no to nothing. You let your calendar get hijacked by other people's priorities. You waste days on garbage scrolling, reacting, consuming, like you've got infinity left. You don't. You think you're stressed because of work, bills, life? No. You're stressed because you know you're wasting the one thing that matters: your time. The most dangerous person is the one who controls their hours, who guards their day like it's their last, who says no to comfort, to noise, to distractions that dilute destiny. Look at your habits. If someone watched your last 30 days on film, would they see a future champion or a professional excuse maker? That's how you know who you really are. Your time reveals everything. Own the present, or be buried by the past and future. Let me say something that might sting. You're not failing because of your past. You're not failing because of fear of the future. You're failing because you're absent from the now. You can't build anything if you're always time traveling in your head. You can't execute if you're dwelling on yesterday or panicking about tomorrow. The battlefield is this moment, and if you're not here, you're losing. Focus is presence. It's not some mystical state. It's not about perfection. It's about being here, with your task, with your breath, with your power. Your past is gone. Your future isn't promised. But this moment, it's in your hands. Use it. You are either building or destroying. There is no neutral. Every choice you make is stacking bricks toward a fortress or a coffin. Every day you scroll instead of build, you choose weakness. Every time you blame instead of act, you surrender power. Every moment you allow emotion to dictate your moves, you reject mastery. But every time you focus, really focus, you take the throne back. Focus is the first law of self-respect, the first weapon of a warrior, the first sign that you're done living like the rest of the world. And here's what happens when you live like that. You move faster. You see clearer. You outlast everyone. You become immune to mediocrity. You rise while they sleep. You sharpen while they scroll. You build while they gossip. You become a threat. Lesson 1. Build the blade. Ruthless elimination of distractions. Core principle. Focus is forged in destruction. You do not become powerful by adding more. You become powerful by subtracting everything that weakens your mind. If your attention is divided, you're already defeated. The war for your mind has already begun. Let's make something clear. You are under siege. Right now, at this very moment, something is fighting for your attention. A notification, a comment, a quick scroll, a pointless obligation disguised as networking, a dopamine hit masked as entertainment. It's everywhere. It's endless. And it's designed to win. The enemy doesn't come with bombs and blood. It comes with convenience, with noise, with addiction wrapped in distraction. You don't lose the battle in one major collapse. You lose in microseconds of surrendered focus. You lose in moments of, "I'll do it later." You lose in that silent whisper, "This won't hurt." But it does. Because everything that steals your focus steals your life. Distraction is not random. It's engineered. You think you're just checking something real quick? No. You're being puppeteered. Billions of dollars and millions of data points are working against your mind, built to hijack your nervous system, flood you with dopamine, and shatter your ability to lock in. So the question is, will you be a product of the system, or will you break it? Because until you declare war on distraction, you will never touch your potential. Clarity begins with a kill list. Step 1. Get violent with your environment. You cannot focus if your battlefield is flooded with noise. So we start with a kill list. A complete, brutal audit of your distractions. Every app on your phone. Every website you check out of habit. Every person who wastes your time. Every yes you say that should have been a no. Every minute you spend passively consuming when you should be creating. Write it down. All of it. Don't lie to yourself. This is the list that's been bleeding you dry. This is the list that's stolen your dreams while smiling in your face. Now, destroy it. Uninstall. Unsubscribe. Block. Silence. Walk away. Cut it off. If you don't kill what's killing your focus, don't expect anything in your life to change. You do not negotiate with thieves. You do not make peace with what poisons your mind. You eliminate it. Build sacred focus time. Once the fog clears, you build your fortress. Choose your most mentally alert hours each day. Morning, afternoon, night. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. You designate 1 to 4 hours of sacred focus time daily. No calls, no messages, no distractions, no exceptions. This time is for your mission. Not errands, not chores, not other people's emergencies. Your sacred time is where you train your discipline, build your empire, and move the needle forward. Call it your focus block and treat it like war. Because if you don't guard it, someone will steal it. The power of one mission. Distraction isn't just digital. Sometimes the greatest distraction is your own ambition. You try to do too much, learn too much, build too many things at once, and in the chaos, you make no progress. Here's your salvation. One mission, one target, one kill. Every single day, choose your critical task. Just one. The most important, most needle-moving task of the day. Do it first. Do it without mercy. Do it until it's done. When your life is aligned around one clear outcome per day, momentum becomes inevitable. You stop reacting and start conquering. No more multitasking. No more split identity. You cannot be two people at once. You cannot be focused and distracted. You cannot build and scroll. You cannot rise and escape. Choose one. And if you choose focus, then every action, every environment, every person you allow into your day must align with that choice. Multitasking is not a skill. It's a sin against your destiny. You weren't born to be average at 10 things. You were born to dominate one thing at a time. Laser, blade, fire. That's how warriors move. Build rituals, not excuses. Distraction thrives in weakness of structure. So what do? You build rituals. Ritual for waking up. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Mind first. Mission first. Ritual for entering focus. Clear your space. Set your intention. Turn on your war music. Begin. Ritual for ending the day. Reflect. Audit. Cut what didn't serve you. Plan the next attack. Structure is freedom. Rituals are armor. Discipline is your salvation. Without these, you're just another casualty of a world designed to break you. The battle-tested commitment. For the next 7 days, create your kill list and eliminate 80% of it. Set a daily 1 to 2 hour focus block. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. Choose your critical task every morning. No other task matters until it's complete. Install your rituals. Morning. Focus. Reflection. Say no to everything that does not align with your mission. If you slip, correct. If you fall, reset. But never stop. Never drift. Because this world is built to turn you into a consumer. But warriors, we produce, we create, we build, we cut through. Final reminder, Focus is not optional. It's not a personality trait. It's not a style. It's survival. Those who focus build empires. Those who drift become pawns. And every second of delay is a vote for mediocrity. So the time is now. Cut the noise. Sharpen the blade. Take back your mind. Lesson 2. Detach from the how. Obsess over the why. Core principle. The path is never yours to control. The destination is. If you're fixated on the steps, you'll break. If you're obsessed with the reason you're walking, you'll survive anything. The illusion that destroys most people. Let's begin with a warning. Most people don't fail because of lack of effort. They fail because they built their identity around a specific plan. They mapped out the path. They fantasized every step. They told themselves, this is how it's going to happen. But when it didn't, when life knocked them sideways, when nothing went according to script, they collapsed because they weren't committed to the goal. They were committed to the how. And that's fatal. The world does not care about your blueprint. You can plan every move. You can create vision boards. You can write journals. You can map out 10 years of strategy. And then, life happens. Your partner leaves. The market crashes. Your body breaks down. The opportunity dries up. Everything you thought was certain shatters. And in that moment, most people say, it wasn't meant to be. I guess this isn't my path. I tried. No, you didn't fail. You just got too attached to one version of the path. The warrior mentality, destination, or death. Here's the truth. You are not here to follow a flawless plan. You're here to win. That means when the road crumbles, you build a bridge. When the storm hits, you anchor in deeper. When the map burns, you draw another. Your power lies in this mindset. I don't care how it happens. I care that it happens. That is the mentality of those who finish the race, while others lie in the dirt screaming about unfair conditions. You want certainty? Here it is. The plan will fail. The schedule will shift. The people will change. The road will curve. But your why, your mission, that's untouchable if you've built it right. Craft a why that cannot be broken. This isn't motivational fluff. This is armor for your soul. If your why is weak, you will break. Your why must come from a place deeper than convenience. It must come from the pain of your past, the urgency of your future, the rage of knowing what you've lost and what you'll never lose again. Ask yourself, why are you doing this? What happens if you don't succeed? Who suffers if you quit? What's at stake if you keep drifting? If the answers don't scare you, you're not ready. You don't need a nice reason. You need a visceral reason, a violent reason, a reason that burns in your chest when everyone around you quits. Because when the how fails, your why is what drags your bloody body forward. Stop worshiping strategy. Worship grit. We live in an age obsessed with hacks, systems, and formulas. Follow this step-by-step plan. Use this template. Success in 7 easy phases. No, there's no template for domination. You are not here to follow someone else's roadmap. You're here to make war with the unknown. You're here to blaze a trail no one saw coming. And that means, when the steps don't work, you invent new ones. When the market shifts, you shift harder. When your back is against the wall, you grow claws. The plan is a guess. Your commitment is the guarantee. How to train detachment without losing hunger. Detachment is not laziness. It is not passivity. It is not going with the flow. It is battle-hardened clarity. You move forward with relentless aggression while allowing the details to bend. Here's how. Set a goal that stretches you, one that scares you, demands evolution, and forces you to grow. Not a task, a transformation. Write your reasons, not the pretty ones, the real ones, the ones you don't talk about. Post them where you see them daily. Build in flexibility. Ask, if this strategy fails, what's my next move? Always have a contingency plan ready to deploy. Ruthlessly adapt. Practice shifting your schedule on command. Rewriting the plan without complaint. Pivoting under pressure. Celebrate movement, not perfection. If you didn't get the result, but you moved, that's still a win. Discipline is not stubbornness. Discipline is adjusted aggression. When the plan burns, you rise. You don't get to choose the weather. You don't get to demand straight roads. You don't get to time your battles. But you do get to choose how you respond. When the plan fails, you don't flinch. You smile. Because now you get to show them who you really are. Not the version of you that follows instructions. The version that creates their own kingdom when the world burns down around them. The battle-tested commitment. For the next 7 days, clarify one goal that demands your full evolution. Write it. Own it. Post it. Write your why in raw personal detail. Let it bleed. Make it real. Destroy any dependency you have on one way of doing things. Expect the unexpected. Plan for it. Embrace it. Every night review your moves. Did I adapt? Did I move forward, even when the plan broke? If not, adjust. No shame, no pity. Just recalibrate and march again. Final reminder. Success is not a perfect path. It's a blood-soaked battlefield filled with broken plans and unfinished blueprints. But the ones who win are the ones who never let the destination go. Detach from the how. Obsess over the why. And when the road dies, build wings. You were never meant to follow maps. You were meant to become the fire that burns them. Lesson 3. Master the inner battlefield. Emotional discipline. Core principle. If your emotions control you, they own your outcomes. Victory belongs to those who can feel everything and still act with intention. This is not about suppressing emotion. It's about wielding it like a sword. Your greatest enemy lives in your chest. Let's stop pretending. The enemy is not the economy. It's not the competition. It's not your ex. It's not your boss. It's not even time. It's you. It's your reaction when life gets hard. It's your impulse to escape when it gets uncomfortable. It's your emotional storms that make you say the wrong thing, chase the wrong thing, or abandon your mission. Let's be even more honest. How many times have you known exactly what to do and still didn't do it? Why? Because you felt tired. You felt discouraged. You felt unworthy. You felt angry. You felt overwhelmed. And so you froze, or you ran, or you self-destructed. That's what emotion does when it's unchecked. It becomes your captor instead of your compass. You were never taught to control it. Society will tell you to express your emotions. They'll tell you feel it all. They'll say, don't suppress, just be in your feels. Let me tell you what they won't. Uncontrolled emotion is a weapon aimed at your own throat. You need to understand this clearly. Emotions are not facts. Emotions are not orders. Emotions are not laws. They are signals. They are feedback. They are fuel. But you don't let your car steer the wheel. And you don't let your emotions drive your life. Not if you want to build anything real. Your emotions are trained, or they're wild. You don't rise by accident. You rise because you trained your inner battlefield. Let me ask you, when pressure hits, do you erupt or do you recalibrate? When someone disrespects you, do you retaliate or do you redirect? When your plans crumble, do you panic or do you pivot? Emotionally undisciplined people are slaves to the moment. But you are a weapon in the storm because you've trained yourself to respond, not react. That's the difference between warriors and the weak. The 4-step method to emotional mastery. You will feel pain, you will feel anger, you will feel fear, and you will feel doubt. But here's how to turn all of it into fuel. 1. Name it. You can't control what you can't recognize. So the first step is awareness. Before you react, pause. Ask, what am I actually feeling right now? Is it anger, shame, fear, disgust, hopelessness? Name it. Say it out loud if you have to. This strips it of power. Emotion thrives in the shadows. Call it out, and it starts to shrink. 2. Own it. No blame, no justification, no deflection. You feel what you feel, and that's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up for it, but you do need to own it. I'm feeling fear right now, and that's mine to deal with. I'm frustrated, but I decide what I do next. The moment you take ownership is the moment you stop being its prisoner. 3. Reframe it. Now we weaponize it. Ask, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Fear. It means you're stepping into growth. Anger. It means your standards were violated. Sadness. It means something mattered to you. Doubt. It means you're on the edge of evolution. Emotions are signals. Your job is not to obey them. It's to decode them. Extract the message. Discard the chaos. 4. Act anyway. This is where 99% of people fail. They wait to feel better before they act. No, you don't act because you feel like it. You act because it's required. You act because it's necessary. You act because your mission doesn't care how you feel. Do the workout. Send the message. Finish the project. Make the decision. With fear in your stomach. With anxiety in your chest. With doubt screaming in your head. You do it anyway. That's what separates the successful from the spectators. Your emotions are not the problem. Your habits are. You can't eliminate emotion, but you can train your response system to be bulletproof. And that's built through ritual. Daily check-in. Morning and night. Journal. What am I feeling right now? Learn your patterns. Response rehearsal. Visualize common triggers. Then visualize yourself staying calm, decisive, and focused. Emotional reps. When the emotion hits, use it to fuel your next action, not freeze you. Example, you're angry. Good. Go build. You're sad. Good. Go execute. You're anxious. Good. Go focus. Emotion is fuel when it meets direction. The cost of emotional weakness. Let's not sugarcoat it. If you stay emotionally undisciplined, you'll blow opportunities. You'll destroy relationships. You'll make poor decisions. You'll stay stuck in loops. You'll quit when you should rise. And worst of all, you'll never trust yourself. Because deep down, you'll know you're not in control. You're being led by feelings you haven't mastered. That's the opposite of power. That's the definition of bondage. The battle-tested commitment. For the next 7 days, track your top 3 emotional triggers. Name what you feel every time it hits. Own it without excuse. Reframe the meaning. Act anyway, in defiance of the feeling. Build your emotional reps like you would your physical strength. Pain is your signal, not your stop sign. And if you want to lead, if you want to dominate, if you want to conquer, you must be master of your state before you can ever master your destiny. Final reminder: the weak lash out, the weak run, the weak collapse when it hurts. But warriors, we feel it all, and we move anyway. We bend the storm to our will. We take fire in the chest and still march forward. We take heartbreak, rejection, betrayal, and forge it into strength. This is emotional discipline. This is power. This is freedom. Control your emotions or be enslaved by them. You choose. Lesson 4. Own time, like a tyrant. Core principle: time is your kingdom, or your cage. It is the most unforgiving force you will ever face. You either rule it with ruthless precision, or it rules you with silent destruction. Let's begin with a harsh truth. You're running out of time. Right now, this moment, it's slipping. No alarms, no warning, no pause button. Just a quiet, merciless countdown. You won't hear the final tick. You won't know the last sunrise. And you won't get a second chance. You'll just wake up one day and realize it's gone. Your potential, untapped. Your dreams, unrealized. Your life, squandered. All because you kept saying, "I'll start tomorrow. Next week will be better. When things calm down, I just need to feel ready." Lies. Every one of them. Time is not a resource. It's a weapon. The world will try to teach you that time is flexible, forgiving, endless. But warriors know the truth. Time is a blade. It will slice through your excuses. It will cut down your ambition. It will leave your legacy bleeding on the floor if you do not take control. You were not given this life to waste hours on mindless tasks, scrolling, pacifying people who don't matter, or chasing approval from those who've already forgotten your name. You were given time to build, to conquer, to create something so unshakable that time itself respects you. And to do that, you must become a tyrant over your time. You're not too busy. You're just too unfocused. Let's kill the biggest excuse in the book. I don't have time. Really? You don't have time. But you scroll for 3 hours. But you binge shows you won't remember. But you gossip, complain, daydream, and delay. But you say yes to things that don't serve you because you're too afraid to say no. Let me make it simple. You don't have a time problem. You have a priority problem. The average person wastes over 30 hours a week on things that lead them nowhere. That's 1,500 plus hours a year. Gone. Dead. Burned in the name of comfort. Now ask yourself, if I had those 1,500 hours back, who would I be? Design your day like a fortress. A scattered day leads to a scattered life. So here's how you fortify your time like a ruthless king. 1. Own your mornings. The world is quiet. The cowards are still asleep. This is your window. No phone, no inbox, no distractions. Start with movement. Discipline the body. Then silence. Discipline the mind. Then your war map. Identify your 3 critical missions for the day. These are not tasks. These are targets that move your life forward. If you win the morning, you dominate the day. Second time block. Like a mercenary. Don't try to get things done. Schedule destruction. Create focus. Blocks for deep work. 90-minute sprints. Create admin blocks for shallow tasks. Create recovery blocks to sharpen the blade. Rest, train, think. Everything you do must have a time and place, or it has no place in your life. 3. Guard your yes. Like a sword. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your mission, You're saying no to something that does. Say no to people who drain your energy, to obligations that serve no purpose, to events that waste your time and reward your ego, but not your destiny, to convenience disguised as opportunity. Stop people-pleasing. Start mission-pleasing. Your calendar is a battlefield. Let nothing onto it that doesn't help you win the war. Break the illusion of balance. They'll tell you to find balance. They'll say, life is about moderation. Let me be clear. Balance is for the average. The warrior seeks alignment, not balance. That means you don't spend equal time on everything. You spend disproportionate time on what builds your future. Your time is not equal. It's not democratic. It's strategic. You give your best hours to your mission. You give your leftovers to the noise. Because if you try to balance everything, you'll master nothing. The myth of being busy. Don't mistake motion for progress. You can fill every hour of your day and still go nowhere. Activity is a trap. Busyness is a drug. And most of the world is addicted to being busy so they don't have to face the truth. They're not building anything that matters. Audit your day. Ask, did I move the mission forward today? Or did I just keep myself occupied? Be honest. Be brutal. Be accountable. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your power. You weren't born to be a slave to a calendar filled with other people's priorities. You were born to be a force, to carve time out of chaos and build something unshakable. And that starts by owning every hour like it's your last. Because one day, it will be. The battle-tested commitment? For the next 7 days, audit every hour. Track where your time actually goes. No guessing. No assumptions. Track it. Kill 3 time wasters. Right now. Delete the app. Block the site. Cancel the meeting. Walk away from the energy vampire. Create a daily schedule. 3 critical missions. 3 time blocks. 1 ritual to open. 1 ritual to close. Say no at least 5 times this week to anything that doesn't align with your future. Reflect nightly. What did I accomplish today? What did I waste? What will I fix tomorrow? Repeat. Adjust. Repeat. Until you've turned your life into a weapon of focused force. Final reminder. You don't own your life until you own your time. And you don't own your time until you take it back. Hour by hour, day by day, breath by breath. This isn't just a productivity hack. This is about taking command of your existence. The average man wastes time and waits for inspiration. The GrimFace warrior carves time and forces progress. Own your time or die in regret. Lesson 5. Ground yourself in the present. Build forward with ruthless precision. Core principle. The past is gone. The future isn't real. The only battlefield that exists is now. If you don't master the present moment, you forfeit your future by default. The mind is a time traveler, and that's the problem. Your mind is addicted to elsewhere. Right now, as you read this, you're either reliving the wounds of the past or rehearsing the chaos of the future. Your body is here, but your power is fractured. And here's the brutal truth. You can't build anything real in the past. You can't execute anything solid in the future. You can only move the needle right here, right now. But most people, they never arrive. They live in memories they can't change and fears that don't exist yet. And in doing so, they let the present rot. You don't need more time. You need to use it. Now, the myth they sold you is this. You'll get to it later. You've got time. No, you don't. You don't have time to overthink. You don't have time to overplan. You don't have time to dwell on the mistakes from years ago. You don't have time to fantasize about a version of yourself that might exist one day. What you have is a ticking clock, and every second you hesitate is another second you hand to the grave. Most people are preparing for a war that's already begun, but not us. We strike now, the graveyard of hesitation. Think about this. How many people die with their best ideas unwritten? How many live with love unspoken? How many let dreams fade because they were waiting for the perfect time? Here's the truth. Hesitation is the silent killer. It doesn't stab you. It starves you. One day of delay becomes a week becomes a month becomes a year, and suddenly, you're mourning a version of yourself you never became. And all because you refused to be here, to act, to build, to become. The present moment is a weapon. Use it or lose it. Most people see the present as something to get through. You turn it into a furnace, a blacksmith's forge, a battlefield where every action is decisive, sharp, ruthless. Here's the law. Whatever you do in this moment must be done with full intensity, full intention. No half measures, no apologies. You're writing an email. Be elite. You're training. Train like death waits outside the gym. You're building. Build like your bloodline depends on it. Because it does. 3 rituals to anchor yourself in the now. Presence isn't mystical. It's not woo-woo. It's tactical. Here's how you build it. 1. The breath lock. Every time you find yourself drifting, overthinking, doubting, reacting, do this. Inhale 4 seconds. Hold 4 seconds. Exhale 4 seconds. Repeat 3 times. This resets your nervous system and locks you into the moment. The warrior breathes before they strike. So must you. 2. The one thing rule. Multitasking is the death of momentum. Pick one task. Block out everything else. Attack it with total concentration. Do nothing else until it's done. If something tries to pull your mind away, it's an intruder. Kill it. The present is a jealous god. Worship it with focus, or suffer the curse of failure. 3. The hourly reset. Every hour, on the hour, ask yourself, where is my mind right now? Is it here, or lost in smoke? If you're drifting, pull yourself back. This single ritual, repeated daily, builds brutal awareness. And awareness is the first step to mastery. Kill the ghosts of the past. Your past? It's already dead. You don't owe it anything. You don't live there. You don't build there. So stop dragging its corpse into your future. Whatever you did wrong, fix it or move forward. Whatever was taken, grieve it or outgrow it. But you do not get to pause your life because of what someone else did or what you failed to do years ago. The present has no space for ghosts. Starve the fantasy of the future. The future, it's a mirage. Stop making love to a version of your life that only exists in your head. Stop fantasizing. Stop waiting. Stop saying, when things calm down, when I feel ready, when it's the right time. There is no right time. There is only this time. The warrior does not wait for fate. The warrior forces results through ruthless present action. Momentum lives in the now. Here's how it works. You show up, you act, you execute, you win, you repeat. The result? Momentum. And momentum is what average people never experience, because they're always planning, waiting, hesitating. You want to build a life that makes the world tremble? Then learn to love the grind of this moment. Not the outcome, not the reward. Just this, the work itself, the battle-tested commitment. For the next 7 days, every hour ask, Where is my focus? Am I here? Use the 4-4-4 breath lock when overwhelmed or distracted. Practice the one thing rule daily. Choose one important task. Destroy it. Kill all multitasking. If it doesn't serve this exact second, it dies. At the end of each day, write, where did I show up fully today? Where did I drift? What will I do tomorrow to sharpen presence? Every day you execute this plan, you reclaim territory from your past, and you steal fire from your future. Final reminder, the world doesn't care what you meant to do. It only responds to what you do now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Now this moment is all you get. This moment is the only kingdom you can rule. And this moment, right now, is the entrance to everything you've ever wanted. So don't just be present. Dominate the present. The past is ashes. The future is a dream. But this moment, this is your battlefield. Act accordingly. To the returning GrimFace warriors, you already know what this is. You've bled for your progress. You've walked through fire to reclaim your time, your focus, your purpose. You didn't come here for comfort. You came for the truth. And once you've seen it, there's no going back. Thank you for staying in the fight. Thank you for showing up, relentlessly. This movement lives and breathes because of warriors like you. To the new ones, if something inside you sparked while watching this, don't ignore it. That voice in your head saying, this is what I've been waiting for, listen to it. Because we're not just another motivational echo. We're not here to coddle you. We're here to forge you, to make you dangerous, disciplined, free. So if you're done with drifting, if you're done with the weak life, subscribe now. Join the GrimFace movement. Lock in. Build with us. Because the war isn't coming. It's already here. And you're either a casualty or a commander. Choose.